Breaking: Trump could be removed from office without impeachment. This must be stopped. Since Donald Trump was elected as president, the left has been doing whatever they can to remove him from office. These spiteful liberals cannot accept the fact that Trump is in fact the president and beat Hillary Clinton, so instead, they will continue to fan the flames of division. The first tactic the left focused on was the bogus Russian collusion story, and as time passed the entire narrative began to blow up in their faces. Every time the left thought they had a piece of so-called evidence to tie Trump to the Russians, it turned out to be a Clinton operative, which has only frustrated the Democrats to no end. Now, these hateful individuals are focusing on a new tactic to remove President Trump from office, and if we are not careful, they may get their wish. Over the past few weeks, we have witnessed an influx of sexual assault allegations coming out against politicians on either side of the aisle. Roy Moore, the Republican candidate for Alabama Senate, was hit with sexual assault allegations stemming from 40 years ago. Even though the claims were hardly corroborated and the chief accuser conceded that she did lie, the damage was already done, and Moore lost to the ultra-liberal Doug Jones last night. Soon after Moore was accused of sexual impropriety, the #MeToo campaign took hold as women logged onto social media recounting their stories of sexual assault at the hands of high-powered politicians. Then allegations against Democrat Senator Al Franken and Congressman John Conyers emerged, and the two resigned from office. Now, you may be asking yourself, how does this tie into pressuring President Trump to step down from office? Well, the answer is quite simple. If the left can get enough women to come forward accusing President Trump of sexual assault, they can do their best to force him to resign from office. And, that is the entire purpose of the sudden influx of sexual assault allegations against politicians rearing its head at this time. Here is more from Great American Politics. Due to the decaying culture and values of America and Donald Trump's agenda to restore many of those values, Donald Trump is hated and despised by a large sector of the population. They have been trying to find ways to prevent Trump from taking office and then ways to get him out of office now that he has been inaugurated. Democrats had put their hopes in the Russian election interference investigations, but so far, that seems to be backfiring on them, as there has been more evidence linking the Clinton campaign with the Russians than the Trump campaign. One House Democrat believed he could lead an effort to impeach President Trump and remove him from office, but that effort was soundly defeated with the majority of Democrats voting to table the resolution. So, how can they possibly get rid of Trump? Me Too. Several women tried to prevent Trump from winning the election by making sexual allegations against him, but Trump denied the allegations and believed they were handled since no hard evidence was ever presented. Now that the Me Too craze is causing several members of Congress to resign suddenly, over a dozen women have banded together to make sexual allegations against Trump, and immediately, some Democrats in Congress began calling for Trump to resign. Trump has responded by saying that the allegations are not true, they're fake news, and he denies all of the allegations. So, who will Congress believe, Trump or his accusers? If Trump is guilty, then Democrats need to be reminded how they vehemently defended Bill Clinton and refused to vote him out of office during his impeachment hearing. I'm not condoning the behavior, but right now, Trump is the best thing that could happen to America, and we need him in the Oval Office. Now, no one is saying that politicians that are found guilty of sexual assault should remain in office, but just an allegation should not ruin a man's career. There is a reason that there are a statute of limitations, and if these women were genuinely assaulted by a politician or a person in power, there is no reason that there should not be a paper trail to corroborate their story of abuse. After years of silence, these women should not be given a platform to destroy someone based on what political office these men are for now, and that goes across the board. If these are the tactics that the left are going to use to silence their opposition, you can bet they will use them harder in 2018 and of course, in 2020 with the next presidential election. Make no mistake, folks, this is a war we are in, and it is now the time to fight back against these tactics, or we can say goodbye to the United States.